So today I've concluded drafting Mark chapter 12 with the following subheadings. The story about the tenant farmers, verses 1 to 12. The stone that the builders rejected as worthless has become the cornerstone. The Lord has done this, and it's wonderful in our eyes. We're amazed. Paying taxes to Caesar, to the emperor. You have to be loyal, Jesus concludes, to the emperor, and also fulfill your responsibilities to God. Give back to the emperor what is due to him, and give back to God what is due to him. And then some Sadducees come with this absurd but possible sequence of events about a woman and a man and the brothers all dying one by one and them having no children. And in the resurrection, whose wife will the woman be, since she was married to each of the 7 brothers? Jesus answered, verse 24, "Isn't this the reason why you're mistaken? It's because you really don't know either the scriptures or the power of God. Your views are too narrow. You're shutting out the living God." What's the most important commandment? 28 to 34. The most important one is, listen, Israel. The Lord our God, the Lord is one. Only He is our God. He is unique. You shall love the Lord your God with all your whole being, your heart, your soul, your mind, your strength. The second commandment, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. Leviticus 19:18. Who is Jesus? What's his identity? Verses 35 to 37. Why do the teachers of the law say that the coming Messiah is merely David's descendant, his son? David himself declared, "The Lord, Yahweh, said to my Lord, sit at my right hand, the place of authority, until I make my enemies submit to you." David himself calls him his Lord rather than his descendant. So Jesus' question showed that he, the Messiah, is primarily David's Lord rather than merely his descendant. And then the teachers of the law parading in their long robes, just wanting to be noticed, taking up the best seats in the synagogue, sitting at the top tables at banquets, at the same time swindling widows, devouring, the old versions had, devouring widows, swindling widows out of their homes, showing off by their long prayers. And then finally, I came to what perhaps hit me most of all. The widow's commitment cost her everything. Rich people coming in, putting their money, their wad of banknotes, but they hardly missed the money they gave. They gave what they easily could afford. But the poor widow came, dropping in 2 small copper coins, worth next to nothing. What a contrast. The giving of the rich people and the widows. The rich people's commitment was stingy. It cost them hardly anything. Her commitment was a sacrifice. It cost her everything she had. The power of the Word of God.